Hey guys, welcome back. With Christmas coming up, I wanted to do something really festive. One of my favorite things about the holidays is all the yummy desserts. So today I'm going to show you how to make a really easy and delicious apple pie. So let's get started. Alright guys, so we're going to start off by adding a half of a cup of brown sugar and a half of a cup of regular sugar. You're going to then go ahead and add 3 tablespoons of flour. One tablespoon of ground cinnamon. And a quarter of a teaspoon of ground nutmeg. You're also going to add a quarter of a teaspoon of ground ginger. I'm using the fresh ginger paste, but you can use either or. And go ahead and just mix that all up. So for our next step, we're going to go ahead and slice and peel our apples. As you can see, I'm using an all-in-one apple corer, peeler, and slicer, but if you don't have one of these, that's okay. You can always do it the old-fashioned way. We are now going to roll our lemon out. You're just going to use the palm of your hand to release the juices in the lemon, and we're going to add about 1 tablespoon of lemon to our apples. Now I find that about a little less than half of a lemon is the perfect amount. So go ahead and just squeeze that right over the top and then mix it in. I ran out of room in my bowl, so I ended up transferring it to a larger one. Then go ahead and pour your sugar mixture in and just mix all that up. So we are going to start making our crust. Now I'm just using a regular store-bought pie crust, and you're going to start by pressing that into the dish. I find that it's a lot easier to work with if you let it sit out at room temperature for about 10 to 15 minutes first. Now place your apple mixture into the bottom part of the crust. Go ahead and place your dough right on top. Now this is going to be a larger piece than we need, so you will have to make some cuts and adjustments to it. What I'm going to do is start fluting the edges. What that means is we're going to use our fingers to make little ridges and seals on the sides. Now this is very important because if we don't seal the edges, then juices are going to get out while it's baking. Make your adjustments where you need to, and go ahead and finish fluting all the edges. Alright, now that that is sealed up, we're going to go ahead and start rolling the edges downward. I call this method the flute and roll. Now we're going to start making our slits in the top. You can do it however you'd like. I'm just going to do 4 slits right across the top. You are then going to need 1 egg white. The best way to separate the yolk is just by using your fingers. And then we're going to go ahead and take a electric mixer or a frother, and that's what I'm using here. to go ahead and whip those egg whites. And your final product should be coming out nice and foamy, just like this. Now you're just going to brush your egg wash onto the top of the pie. And make sure you get in all those cracks and crevices, because we want to make sure that that golden brown glaze is perfectly even. Lastly, just sprinkle it with a little bit of cinnamon sugar. And now we're ready for the oven. Now I have my oven preheated to 375. We're going to go ahead and put it in uncovered and let that cook for 25 minutes. So we're going to go ahead and take our pie out of the oven. It looks really good right now, however it is not done cooking yet. We still need to bake the inside a little bit more. So we're going to let it first stand for about 15 minutes, and then we're going to put it back into the oven. Now I've dropped the oven temperature down to 315 degrees, and we're going to let that cook for another 25 minutes. So our pie is now nice and bubbly and ready to be eaten, but first we have to let it sit for about 30 minutes to cool down. Once it's done cooling, go ahead and cut out a slice. Mine got a little bit messy, but that's okay. Put a little vanilla ice cream on top and enjoy. Thanks for watching, guys. I appreciate you, and we'll see you next time.